Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let Me Mind My Business, the podcast for the real nosy bitches who like to pretend they're not nosy bitches. I'm your host, Sidoni Francis. Let's talk some shit, baby. Today, we are with a very, very lovely guest. We are with Tochi Ukwu, the founder of South House. I'm super, super excited to have Tochi here today because I really want to get down to the nitty gritty of what New York City nightlife is at this point. So a little bit about Tochi. He is Nashville raised, New York City based, and is the founder behind South House, the party collective that's redefining New York City nightlife with Southern swag, loud music, and immaculate vibes. What started as a side hustle named after his streetwear brand, Southern Yankee, has turned into one of the city's most talked about cultural movements.
How you know that?
Welcome. What you mean how I know that? I did my research. Like, if you think I wasn't digging deep for this episode, you wrong.
Actually, fine.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
of course.
No, I'm happy to be here. You know, I fuck with you the long way, and it's
Of course.
I love everything that you do. You know what I'm saying? So
Thank you, Stick. I'm honored.
1,000.
I'm honored. All right, so let's kick this off.
Yeah.
All right, so you're from Nashville,
Nashville, born and raised.
which is crazy. Like,
You've been?
Oh, come on. You know I've been. You know I went to college in Nashville.
Okay.
Like,
Damn, and Vandy.
I went to
I think
Vanderbilt
that was our original,
University. That
like,
was our original, like, meeting point.
yeah.
Yeah, so
That's so crazy.
I get the Southern charm of it all. You know, I think for me, when I went to Nashville, the first thing I was shocked by was like people saying hello to me. This very like
Exactly.
congenial kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Because I'm from up here, I was like, oh God, I called my mom. I said, Mommy, what's going on? Like these people are smiling at me at the
Right.
CVS. They're telling me have a good day. And she's
Right.
like, oh, that's just how they do it down there, you know?
Right.
So with you being from the South,
Yeah.
what part of growing up in the South would you say shows up the most in how you've like built South House out?
I really like that question. I appreciate you even asking it. I
Thank
think
you.
for me, so I grew up in hospitality. I grew up in the restaurant business.
Oh,
You know, I started off like cashier, hostess.
what restaurant? Maybe it's my Nashville fave.
I'm not shouting them out. They were low-key racist.
Okay.
I would love to, but if they didn't treat me like a piece of shit. But
Valid.
yeah, fuck them. But
Valid.
but nah, like just the hospitality side of it all. Like, you know, I guess Southern hospitality or just hospitality growing up in restauranteering. So like my first job was like being like a busboy and a host. The host is the person that greets the people.
Yeah.
So they did train me. They trained me correctly, and they trained me in the sense of like, yo, make sure everyone is greeted.
Yeah.
Ask people about their day. Ask people like, yo, like, is this your first time coming here? Like, just ask certain things. Sports Sundays, ask about sports. You here to see the Titans? So
shout out the Titans.
Shout out the Titans. I try to translate that into everything. Like, I'm not always like in the front of the events, like greeting people like front of house. We have a front of house team for that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I am at the front of the house, like at the end, I try to go to the front of the house at the end of the event. I thank everyone for coming. Yo, get home safely. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you coming.
Trust me, we appreciate you telling us.
because the thing is, like, people spend their hard-earned money to get here. Like, shit is not cheap.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you might be paying anywhere from $15 to $35 to get for a ticket, Uber, pregame, food,
liquor.
So by the time you look up and you had designated your whole day to come and support us.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that. That doesn't go unnoticed. So, you know, we just think about these small things to add to the event. So I would say the hospitality side of it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I was doing my research, you know, deep in the dives over your Instagram.
Yeah.
And I read that the first South House event was in Bushwick. It was like summer 2019.
2019. I had just moved there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And was, you know, a flop of sorts. You know, you didn't really break even on that. You lost money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, realistically, you're the party. Like, if y'all don't know, 2 weeks ago, I was trying to go to South House. I hadn't texted Tochi in a minute. I said, I'm going to buy a ticket. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm going to support. Yeah, baby, I opened up Eventbrite. That shit was sold out. I was like, damn, okay. Start calling people. I'm like, hey, you got a ticket? Nobody had a ticket? I was like, damn, okay, this is serious. You know, how did you go from losing money to realistically curating like what is objectively one of the most popular parties for like young Black people in New York? What changed? Like, walk me through that first event to like pretty much where you've been able to build over the past 6 years.
Yeah, it's like, I really appreciate you doing the due diligence to even ask these questions. Honestly, first and foremost is God. Like, I know it's not cliche for me to say that, but it is what it is. I think God, like, one, giving me perseverance to not give up. A lot of people would give up. A lot of people wouldn't start because they don't want to see falling flat on their face like I did that day.
I mean, when you really think about it, though, 75 people is not a small amount of people for that
It's
first
not.
event. Like,
75
imagine 75 people coming up to you saying like, "Oh my God, I love your outfit." Like you'd be gassed the whole day.
Yo, there was a TikTok that I reposted on my little dump the other day, and it was like, yo, y'all niggas be tweaking about 75 likes, but it's like, yo, if 75 people gave you a compliment, like, yo, I'm fuck with the swag, you'd be hyped.
Excited.
And that changed my perspective on a lot of stuff. And I agree. So yeah, you mind if I kind of bring it back a little bit to how it happened? And these might be questions that you might end up asking, but I want to just kind of tell you the whole everything really. Like, so I moved from Nashville to New York in 2019. I didn't really have like friends. I didn't have any like kind of support group up here. I kind of just moved. I didn't even have a job at the time.
Oh, you were really walking by faith.
Yeah, because I've been in Nashville my whole life. Like I have 3 brothers who also do this business with me. And everyone had went to college.
The function, I'd be like, wow, same mama, same daddy.
Everyone went to college outside of Nashville with me.
And MTSU?
Huh?
MTSU?
Exactly.
Okay. I was really in Nashville.
My 2 brothers played college football. One went to UTC, but had been living in Houston for over like 10, 12 years. I'm the only one that never left. And I think if you would have asked which one would have been gone, it would have been me.
Yeah.
So I guess it was that kind of like unfulfilled version of myself, like not taking that leap, almost kind of playing it a little bit too safe. So yeah, I dipped out and I was just going outside, like networking, trying to meet people. Like just getting out my comfort zone. Getting out my comfort zone was just like going up to random people and introducing myself. Just trying to like
take it back to basics.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like because in Nashville, I knew everybody. I wasn't going up and introducing myself to folks. So I was just trying to do that. And in going outside, like I was just getting introduced to all these different types of vibes, bars, clubs, everything. But I was like, I'm calling all my homies back home, like, bro, this shit is so fun. Like, this shit is so lit. And I'm like, bro.
I love my city.
Bro, I'm like, but imagine if they was playing like Future and Thug. Because I'm like, yo, people are dancing here.
Yeah.
Going, like, so I threw parties back home, as you know.
I'm familiar.
For the clothing
R.I.P.
brand.
Limelight.
Come on.
R.I.P. Agenda.
8 for 1s.
8 for 1. Okay, sidebar. Like, not to take it off track. If you were in Nashville from like 2013 to like 2018 when Limelight was open, my God. I ain't never drink so much for so little.
For sure.
Like, rest in peace, Limelight. Rest in peace, Agenda. Rest in peace, The Weeknd. I was on church at Clove.
Rest in peace, Lucy Blue. Shout out to Black Rob.
Literally.
Shout out to DJ Crisis. Shout out to, Dolo White and Scooby.
Rest in peace to everything black in Nashville.
1,000%.
Realistically, because the last time I went back, I said, damn. Ain't shit open.
It's sad, actually.
Everything's closed. Everything's closed.
I mean, it's sad that it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's another conversation. It's like.
Don't worry, we're going to get there.
But to fast forward, I'm like, damn, I'm telling all my mans, I'm telling my brothers, like, yo, what if, like, I'm like, yo, they're dancing. Like, this is so hard. I wasn't used to that. I'm used to, in Nashville, sections, everyone's too cool to dance.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, it'd be so crazy if we was listening to what we was listening to right then and there. So I was like, man, fuck it, let me just do it. I already got experience throwing parties. I already got experience organizing. So I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I was like, man, shit, let's just put this shit together. But I hit up all the DJs. I hit up everyone I knew. I only knew 75 people. I had only been there 4 months.
Okay. Oh, wow. So, 4 months in.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Moved in May. So first one was in May, June, July, August, September. September. September 7th was when I threw it.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. It was the week after that.
Yeah.
It might even been Fashion Week. Who knows?
Probably was.
And I didn't even know. I was that green. And so yeah, I threw that shit. I remember I had never had a panic attack, but I remember walking to the venue, I had a panic attack because I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like,
it's hard to take a risk like that.
I'm like, damn, no one's gonna, I'm like, when you get that realization of like, damn, no one's about to show up. So I was like, fuck, no one's about to show up. And I had spent like pretty much all the bread I had saved.
Yeah.
Trying to like, from my savings or whatever. But yeah, it was a flop low key in the amount of like, I guess, attendance because the whole venue wasn't full. But one thing I did recognize and I did realize was like, damn, everyone's having fun.
Yeah.
So that gave me the confidence to say, bro, just try that shit one more time. And I tried it one more time in October.
It shit popped off.
And it popped off.
Okay.
And so that's how it started, and that's how it built.
All right. Well, since we got a question on the music, I'm from here. I feel like the default, being from the city at least, is like you're either Caribbean or you're African. Like it was very rare for me growing up to meet someone who's like Black American, and as a
Really?
result, yeah, super rare. And as a result, like hip hop was not the main thing that I listened to
Okay.
growing up. I think a lot of what I spent my time listening to growing up was like soca, dancehall, reggae, because like where I grew up in Brooklyn is heavily Caribbean.
Yeah.
And a lot of my exposure to hip hop was like through school.
Mhm.
Like, and also this was like the Lil Wayne era, the 2000s. So you like, if you didn't know your Lil Wayne when you showed up to school, you were kind of lame. So you know, had to study at home, print out the
Right.
lyrics, things like that. But I think to go into college in Nashville, I like vividly remember the first time I heard Nuck If You Buck. I was like 17. I was a freshman in college. I was like, oh shit,
Right.
this is active. I like this.
That was the first time you heard Nuck If You
First
Buck?
time I heard Nuck If You Buck. I was
Crazy.
17 years old. It was 2016. I was like, damn, okay.
So I'm guessing you wasn't going to parties in high school,
No, I was going to parties in high school.
but you never heard Nuck If You Buck?
Yeah, you got to remember, this is New York. Like, Southern rap was
crazy.
not getting played. Like, when I was in high school, A Boogie was coming up.
I guess it's just so crazy to
Yeah.
kind of think about because social media, it's 2017, there's social
Yeah.
media, there's...
But it's like, how would I be engaged with that? Like, social media
sure,
in
for
2017 was Cardi B on Instagram. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very, very different era.
Yeah.
So, in thinking about this and curating these events,
Mhm.
how are you kind of finding the balance between what New York is? Like, the baseline for New York, in my
Yeah.
mind, as someone who's from here,
Mhm.
is like, it's very Caribbean, it's very African. That's
Yeah.
the music I expect to hear when I go out,
Yeah,
with like a mix of top 40.
for sure.
But South House, almost exclusively for most events, is leaning like deeply into like deep Southern rap. Like,
1000%.
I've heard songs where I've been like, I ain't never heard this shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
where is this from? Who sings this? I'm
1000%.
Shazamming it in the function,
Yes.
How are you finding that balance? How are you getting the right DJs when you're doing like South House versus Niger House? Like, how are
Yeah.
you curating this vibe that like can meet someone who is new to the city, but also someone who's from here and has been here their whole life?
I think the first part of what you asked is very interesting, right? It's like, this is a very Southern leaning party. So kind of the question I heard was like, how does it work?
Yeah.
And how do you continue to get it to work?
Mhm.
And I think one thing that I realized in moving here was like, man, Southern hip hop, in my opinion, is Southern hip hop is at that point the premium hip hop. Like Southern
Mhm.
hip hop runs hip hop and has been running hip hop since 1996, 1998. Has been.
Okay.
I don't think that's really up for debate.
Proud New Yorker.
Yeah.
Looking like, okay, sure.
And it's funny for me to say that because my clothing brand is called Southern Yankee.
Yeah.
And Southern Yankee is like being from the South, but like being so heavily inspired
Mhm.
by the East Coast, specifically New York.
Yeah.
Being so influenced by 50 Cent, being so influenced by the Diplomats, being so influenced
to
by
Pip.
Nas and Jay-Z and Mobb Deep, and I could just keep going on and on.
Yeah.
Just not the music. I'm talking about the era,
I
the
mean,
lingo. I'm talking about the movies.
we built this shit.
Come on. But I think like growing up is realizing like what's real.
Yeah.
Knowing that Southern hip hop
Mhm.
is the shit.
We're gonna have to disagree. Like, don't get me
So-
wrong, I love it, but like, come on, I'm a diehard Jay-Z girl. Like,
1000%.
diehard. Yeah.
So I think I made a bet on that. I made a bet on like people love this music and people love to party to this music. And
Mhm.
to me, it's more of a better party music
Yeah.
than East Coast hip hop. Not saying that
Mhm.
East Coast hip hop isn't great party music because it is. It's get money music. It's grind hard music. It's hustle
God
music.
forbid you want to be motivated in the function.
Exactly.
God forbid.
But you want to. Southern hip hop is sort of like a spiritual religious type of joint. It's like
Yeah.
that Nuck If You Buck do kind of take you back. It takes you to another place. You feel me? Like
Okay.
when Stilettos comes on, like
Man.
like you low key lose it. You get what I'm
I
saying?
do.
So yeah, it was just taking a bet on that.
Mhm.
And then I guess the next question would be, would it be like, I guess, how do I curate like South House and Niger House with the DJs?
Yeah. Because to be fair, I found like a decent amount of DJs that I really like, who like I
Yeah.
kind of vibe with
Yeah.
through those parties. Like, I remember the first time I went to one, it's just because my homegirl was like, hey, this shit look fun.
Right.
Seen on Instagram. I was like, shit, let's buy a ticket. Let's go.
No, 1000, and I appreciate you doing that. I think
A couple years ago now. Yeah.
I think how I curate the DJs is like through recommendations. People will send me screenshots. Yo, check out this DJ. If you send me a DJ, I'd go try to check that DJ out. That don't mean I'm gonna book the DJ, but I'm gonna go check he or her. I'm gonna go check them out to see what they're talking about. I think what happens a lot of times is people just randomly DM me and be like, "Yo, I'm trying to DJ for South House." And be like, "Brother, like, let me go see you first, Paul. Like, let me go check your set out." You get what I'm saying?
Let me investigate.
Yeah, cause then I book you or I put you or that might not even be my decision. That might be someone else's on the team's decision. Like, now we need to put that person on, and they're lame or they're whack, and now the crowd's just standing there like the SpongeBob meme, looking at the stage. You get what I'm saying? So these things happen.
Yeah.
So we try to stick with the people we know that are gonna kill it, and I mean, that's the thing about New York. There's a lot of DJs, and a lot of them are whack.
A million.
So, but we try to. If you consistently see DJs on the South House versus Niger House bill, those are some of the best DJs in New York or in the country. So,
I mean, I agree with that 100%.
Who are some of your favorite DJs?
Ooh, let me look straight to the camera for this one.
Badass.
Okay. I'm gonna stand by my white boy. I love Moochie so bad. Sam, you my boy for real. Flygerian, Showcase, Ken Dollars, King Season, Love Allende, Crypto Castro, Kofi when he's in town, Mahogany, Oso. I'm thinking, I'm like, who else do I really, really like? DJ Complete. He don't really do too many venues, but real solid.
Okay. What type of genre of music does he
do? Everything.
Yeah,
like, actually, he's spun like somebody's birthday party 4 years ago, and I've been following him ever since.
Okay.
I'm thinking, I'm like, anybody I'm kind of drawing a blank on? Those are my big ones. I'm always trying to support like a female DJ. Ooh, Krista, what's her? Chameleon, DJ Chameleon.
Shout out to, we're actually gonna be working together in a couple weeks.
I'm always trying to find a female DJ.
I've worked with all of those DJs.
I know.
Except Complete. Shout out to Complete. You know, I don't know who you are.
Complete.
Shout out 9 a.m. Shout out Khalil. Shout out King Season. Shout out Buka. Shout out
all the niggas.
You know, like, there's so many DJs, but like it's funny, like, in curating the events, like, I know what DJ is gonna be best for certain situations. So I'll give you an example. The party you just came to was the rodeo.
Yeah.
And
great party. Damn.
Thank you. And at the rodeo, we do it at Elsewhere.
Yeah.
So Elsewhere has the rooftop, Elsewhere has the downstairs,
the loft.
Elsewhere has the loft, and Elsewhere has the zone 1.
Yeah.
You know, that's very strategic, putting like someone like King Season in the loft.
Yeah.
And giving him 2 to 3 hours because his knowledge of music is so vast, and he's gonna tear it up, and he's gonna keep people in the space.
That's true.
Because he goes crazy.
Because every time I left, I was like, I'm hearing some shit. I'm like, let me come back downstairs.
And I'm getting texts in real time, like, yo, who's this DJ in the loft? Who's this DJ? He's going stupid. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's strategic, you know. And it's like, it really is coaching. It's like and then like, there's some niggas that's like 1 hour assassins. They come in. They got the operative, like, yo, all right, boom, here's a target. I got 1 hour to complete it. I'm gonna do it. I feel like Moochie's like that.
Yeah.
I feel like 9 a.m.'s like that. Mahogany's like that. You give them 1 hour, they're gonna murder shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like some people need a good 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. So it's just kind of like, okay, taking you through a journey of this. Not saying that they can't do that as well, but I like to, you know.
Yeah. No, I hear you for sure. Well, a follow-up on that. Okay, so obviously we go from this first event that, like, in your mind is not super successful to now where you can pack out Elsewhere, to where you can fly to the continent of Africa and have multiple parties
1,000%.
That are sold out.
Man, my girl over here, man, God bless. Hey, God is good, right?
God is good.
God is good.
All the time. All the time.
I'm sure you talked about that somewhere else, but God bless. We over here, yo, South House gonna be so lit. Yo, we in the motherland. We out here. Yo, Toch. You're not even gonna believe what happened. I said, God damn. I said, Jesus Christ. I might have said Jesus Christ. I'm like, God bless. Yo, I felt so bad. Not that I did anything, but I'm just like, I'm thinking about hospitals.
You guys, for context, I was in Ghana.
And we ain't got to get into that. I'm putting your business out here.
Give them the context because, like, it's free. You know, the whole continent of Africa was trying to get at me for this. I was in Ghana. I swore I was going to go out to this party. Baby, I got typhoid. I was in the hospital. But I remember texting Tochi being like, yo, can you list my girls? I was like, they going to come out. I'm in the hotel. I'm going to be all right. They did. They had a good time.
Yo.
You know, so I want to talk a little bit about that because I think taking an operation from 75 people to say 1,000 people to being able to fly to another continent,
Yeah.
another country,
Yeah.
where like infrastructure is different, logistics are different.
Yeah.
How is your team? Because obviously you said like it's a family operation, your brothers are in this with you.
Yeah.
But there's a larger team here. Like I go to these
There
events
is.
and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of people cooking right now.
Yeah, there is.
How have you built out your team?
Yeah.
And answer this in a way where like, I think a lot of people want to start businesses, period.
Yeah.
But they really lack the vision of what the team structure should look like.
Wow.
So how have you built your team to where you can execute anywhere you go and have, quite frankly, a similar result every time?
Yeah. Well, before I even get into that, I want to remember that question, but I do want to give some shout outs to people on my team.
Okay.
That if these people were, I got to say this on record, if these people weren't on the team, we would not be as successful as we are. First and foremost, let's start with Dan P. Lee. Dan P. Lee is someone I met after the pandemic that a friend from Nashville introduced us and said, man, y'all are like kindred spirits and similar vibes and similar energy. Y'all need to like work together in some capacity. Dan is a stylist by trade, but like just a curator and just with his spirit in general. And that has, you know, him being on the team has been one of the best things that has ever happened to us, not even from a business standpoint, but just from a curation standpoint. And I'm not even gonna get into everything that he does and the energy and the spirit and everything that he brings to us on the team. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I want to give a huge shout out to the best MC in the motherfucking world. I'll say that again, the best MC in the motherfucking world.
You be on it.
And that's not a shot at anybody. Yeah. That's just my opinion. And if you feel away, fuck your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Not too much.
But it's just like, it is what it is. Like, everyone can have their own opinion.
That's true.
So big shout out to Tubbs Kruger, the biggest. Man, I've seen this dude go to bumfuck Egypt and get people rocking. Okay. Get shorties twerking.
Tubbs, I'm familiar with your game.
Come on, like I've seen him like go 59.
He's
10
talented.
and 12. He's talented.
59, 10 and 12 is crazy.
Dead ass.
Okay.
There's some, I've seen it. I'm like, man, this dude is crazy with it.
No,
and it's even the story how I met him. Randomly, met him at a bar. He's talking shit on. He's not emceeing.
Yeah.
He's talking. He's just literally talking shit on the mic, having fun. I'm like, damn, he'd be a really good MC. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
We start rocking like a month later and been rocking ever since.
That's crazy.
But like, these are blessings that God like positions in your life. But granted, you meet some folks too that don't be blessings, that be hardships and be hurdles.
You tell him.
Trying to put them on your team and God damn, you trying to step over the hurdle now. You get what I'm saying? But to answer your question, you know, how do you put the team together? Man, it is trials and tribulations. That is the hardest thing. Sometimes I'm like, bruh, change your name from Coach Toach to something else, because sometimes you're not the best coach. You know? And I can actually, huh?
Where does that come from?
I'll be coaching these niggas, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Molding them.
No, I don't mold nobody, but I am the coach. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the coach of our generation. Like I am.
Well, you know, we in different generations.
Nah, that DM I got was so crazy to me. But let me get back to this.
I'm sorry.
But let me get back to this.
My bad.
You're nuts. The how I put it together though is really just man, it's trials and tribulations, and I think that is one thing that I'm constantly trying to improve. I'm constantly trying to improve my decision making.
Yeah.
I'm constantly trying to I have good discernment. I think I just like love giving people a chance, and I love seeing people that might be underdogs. There's
some motherfuckers that don't need a chance.
There's some motherfuckers that don't need a chance
at all.
And you try to keep things extra black.
Yeah.
And you try to keep things extra inclusive.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't need to do that. Sometimes you just need to stick with what works, and sometimes like the highest qualified person and the best qualified person needs to get the job.
Yeah.
But it's difficult though, because motherfuckers will sell you a dream.
Sell you down a river for it, truly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but that's part of it. If everyone could just be perfect at it, then everyone would do it. But you got to make mistakes, but you got to learn from it. So I just try to, you know, like, okay, we talk, we work, we happen, but if it doesn't work, it just don't work. But I think we've been able to be successful because we got like the batteries shout out to my boy AJ. Man, AJ's been a godsend person just to have working with us at South House. That's like, it's like we Power Rangers, like when the Green Ranger showed up, like he wasn't on the team, but he was like, it's like, nah, that nigga part of the team. It was like that.
That just took me back.
You know what I'm saying? It might not even have been the green. It might have been like whoever it was silver or somebody.
I think it was green. No, it was silver.
It was whoever was like wasn't officially on the team, but like he just came in with kick ass sometimes. That's AJ. You feel me? So it's like, but I know niggas ain't asking for advice. I know you ain't telling me to give advice, but it's like, if you find someone that does something really well, stick with that person.
Facts.
If it's a producer, if it's an MC, if it's a photographer, videographer. Shout out to Kai. Met Kai, our photographer, randomly. Shout out to Kara. Kara sent me some photos. Said, "Damn, who is this?" Hit up Kai like, "Yo, let's rock." Me and her been solid ever since.
I love
Feel
that.
me?
Takes great photos.
She takes the best photos.
I got photos on my grid from Kai.
she takes the best photos in New York City. So when you lock in with these people, stick with them and take care of them.
I think that's the thing a lot of people really fumble with. Like people always ask me like, oh, like what's the key to like meeting people, to networking? I'm like, stop trying to network with somebody 10 levels above you and meet people where you at. Like,
should you not though?
No, you should. Like, I think you should always try to, shoot for the stars. But I feel like the best relationships, the best things, like I even think about like after I got laid off to like going full time with content, like a lot of the people who put the most money in my hand were people who were at my level, people who were the marketing coordinators when I was 22 and now they're the marketing manager. And, they've been able to really come with me. Like I think about photographers that I use. I think about even like DJs who I've been following for years. Like I think what is like 2 years ago, I made a video about like my favorite DJs in New York. That video went dummy viral. Like it was ridiculous. I think back to it, I'm like, I was just a fan. Like I just liked the shit. But now it's like, okay, great. Like we're here. I'm having an event. Like I'll say like something's happening at school and they're like, oh, who should we book? First people out my mouth is always like the people I've been rocking with for like 2-3 years at this point, So I think so many people are like, oh, I want to meet the president of the company. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it's like, okay, but you're the assistant. You should also meet the assistant. Like,
I agree.
Also look to the people who are like in your range.
I agree.
Issa Rae said that where it's like, you got to network across.
For sure.
Trying to network up.
For sure.
I feel you. So recently, as I was doing my research, I was seeing a lot of discourse on some other party groups, getting some bad press for self-described as being a little bit more networking link-ups than actual fun. People be like, I go to this, I pay $40, nobody's dancing, it feels like an influencer setup, blah, 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 blah. And I can think back to groups that were super popular in New York when I was coming up. Like, I think back to like 2019, 2020, 2021, where it was like, this is one thing I'd always go to. Now you couldn't catch me at all at that function because I'm like, it's so played out. The ticket is X amount of dollars. I don't want to do it, blah, 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 blah. Realistically, South House has been going on for 6 years. Like you're pushing up on a decade at this point. How have you intentionally created something to where that's not the critique that you're getting? Beyond the DJs, beyond the team, what is the vision that you have for, realistically, what is like an event management company at this point? What is the vision that you have going forward as you look to year 10 to keep the same momentum going or even grow it?
Man, I think that's dope to hear. Shout out to God for not letting us be stale or played out at this point. Yeah, God is amazing for that because I think, one, we have a lot of people on our team that are really tasteful. Like we're not corny. We're not just in it for a buck. Granted, this is a for-profit business, but I think a lot of the times we defer to like the quote-unquote customer getting the benefit over us. And looking forward to 10 years, we want to continue to expand like what does the world of South House look like and how do the people that want to invest in us live in it. So now we've expanded to do things like in health and wellness with South House Run Club.
I can't come around with y'all, but y'all look a little too fast for my taste.
But we have a walk. Group.
You see, I don't want to walk. I want to run. But it's
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Y'all running like an 8-minute pace. I can't do that.
No one's running at an 8-minute pace.
Okay.
And I don't like when people say, "Yo," I'll be like, "Yo, invite them to Run Club." I don't want to run. Da, da, da. That's fair. You might not be at the wellness and the health journey that you're supposed to be at or that you want to be at, but we have a walk group. We
It's the thing.
created a
I
walk group
want
for
to
y'all.
run though. I don't want to walk.
You graduate.
But like I run. I just
You
can't run
didn't
as
just
fast.
go to 6th grade. You
I
had to
can't-
go. You
I
had to
can't run as
graduate.
fast as these men be running. The last time I ran with one of my homeboys, oh my God, he dusted me in Central Park. I said, wait, I thought he was running slow. He said, this is my slow pace.
You can walk.
All right.
And you can even start, and it's not like niggas is training for the Olympics. You can run, and then if you can't keep up, you just jump into the walk group.
Okay.
But
maybe I'll hit the next one.
Come on. At least come in June, July, but you're going to be gone.
I'm going to come visit. I'm going to come visit just to walk with y'all.
For sure. But getting back to it is, you know, how do we live in the world of it? How do we create these, you know, other brands or verticals within the business that like complement each other? I think health and wellness is important to me. Yeah. I work out maybe 3-4 times a week. I run. I don't run during run club because I'm actively getting media and like working with the run leaders. But I run maybe 8 to 10 miles a week. So you do that, then you get, now we're in the content business. Like South House Live, you know, South House Live is just like our long form content. Like check out our YouTube channel, Southern Yankee. And South House Live is like what I noticed in traveling, going to all these cities. We'd stay at these Airbnbs. We like Airbnbs rather than hotels because there's most of the time there's a lot of us. Yeah. But when you're turning on the TV, you're going to YouTube, you're seeing like 4-hour El Piano set, 5-hour R&B set, 4-hour 90s hip hop. I'm like, damn, niggas is really listening to this.
They are.
And
that's what I put on the TV when I have people over. I'd be like,
I hear that all the time. Yeah. I listen to like interviews and podcasts and shit. Yeah. But I've put on some like an R&B 4-hour R&B set before, just like in the background. So I'm like, we need to get into this type of game. So that's where we get into South House Live. That is like, isn't your quote unquote traditional South House versus Niger House, but it's focusing on like the mashups, the remixes, the edits. And that's something you can be working and you can put on. And I've seen people, the cafe shout out to Zatar. A girl sent me a screenshot, or she took a photo and sent it to me. South House Live was on the TV. So it's like, so how do we build these different brands and these worlds within the world of what South House means? The merch game, I think we're the only ones doing merch the right way, doing merch.
I love the fans.
You know,
like don't sweat the small stuff. I'm like, hell yeah.
You know, to me, that's more like a party favor than the merch. Yeah. We just shot a huge campaign for our summer merch line.
You ain't call me
next time. So I think
niggas is fake.
Never that. But I think product. Yeah. You know, like, and we're designers. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
so everything's in house.
Everything.
Real serious vertical integration.
Come on. So it's like, but like, I think we're the only ones storytelling through product. And so when you put all this shit in a pot and you mix it up, I feel like that's what makes us different. I think that's why we're the most influential group and collective out here. Because
I would not disagree with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would disagree with you. All right, so we're getting to the end of our time, Tosh. Yes. I'm gonna miss you so much. Oh my God.
I appreciate you having me. This is like, I was really looking forward to this. I respect everything that you do.
Thank you.
I'm gonna support everything that you do.
Thanks, Boogie.
And you're super talented and you're super busy as fuck. Like,
I am.
How the fuck you doing all this?
An Adderall prescription and a dream. That's where it's at, you know, and a nice color-coded Google Calendar.
1,000.
This is what keeps me here. All right, so we love to do this little segment on my podcast called, and I quote, "Let me mind my business."
For sure.
So it's where you give your hot take, something you're noticing, something you're peeping, where you're like, that's a little unusual. But then you close out the sentence with, "But let me mind my business."
Yeah.
So what is Tochi's hot take?
Y'all gonna hate me because I don't have no real hot takes. Okay, this is a hot take, but maybe this is the first time you're hearing it from a curator standpoint. There is a lot of discourse and chatter online about like party series and groups and like curators versus promoters and DJs. I think parties have just changed in general. Like, there's not a lot of parties where people are dancing. Sure. Not saying like South House people dance, like, you know, people have fun
for hours. That's why I couldn't make it to the after party. I was exhausted.
But there's also, just truth being told, there's also moments where people are just kind of sitting around because you got to understand, like, some people might not understand, like, damn, this is a deep ass cut. Like,
Yeah.
what is this time? Take that as a trial. Like, what song is this? Like, I don't
I know
know.
that from Sisters Who Kill.
You know, like what? Like what? Some people are like, damn, I don't. So we see Shazams and shit out all the time.
Take that shit.
But so I guess it's like we can't make y'all like have fun.
We can't give emotion.
Nah, like really listen though. Like it's like you play sports growing up.
Yeah.
Your coach would always say, I can't go out there and play for you.
That's true.
So I do want to say to everyone that comes to these parties, it's like you might have went and got a babysitter. For real. You went and got an Uber. You went and got a Fit. You went and bought a bottle of Casamigos. And then you went and bought a ticket. You've already spent $200.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you gotta pull me out that motherfucker after I've invested $200 anywhere.
Facts. Oh
what?
My God.
That's like
get my money's worth.
Come on, I'm getting my money's worth. I'm doing. You know how many laps I'm doing?
That was being a function.
Come on, like I'm
like, y'all gonna see this outfit,
bruh? Photographer, hey, snap me my boy right here.
That's the one thing I ain't getting one photo,
bruh.
I was too busy flirting,
bruh. I'm getting my money's worth. Period. I'm leaving there with something
from the runaway.
So what I'm saying is just like we can't go out there and play for you. I think you have to now have the discernment to trust the DJ, the curator, the collective, or the promoter to say, have they let me down? Mm-hmm. We don't be letting people down, or we try not to let people down because we put a lot of thought and care into what we do.
Yeah.
But please, I say to any folks that's outside this summer, like, go out with the intention to have fun. But let me mind my business.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. Well, where can the people find you, Tosh? You know?
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to say follow South House NYC, follow southernyankee.us. Then follow me if you want to, Coach Toch, that's Coach, and then TOCH. And then, yeah, just check us out. Our calendar is up. We have like 70 different events from May until December. We'll be in London. We'll be in Toronto. We'll be in Africa. We're taking a group of people with us home to Africa this year. We're going to do Lagos, Accra, then Cape Town. So if you're interested, check the link in our bio for that. But yeah, there's pretty much no city where Black people aren't that we won't be at this summer and this fall and this winter. Check us out. We're doing a lot of dope shit. We're having a lot of fun. Support us on the merch tip and just share a flyer. You feel me? Fuck with us. So thank you again.
Well, thanks so much for listening.
Yeah.
And I'll fuck with y'all next time. Bye.